For 8 long years, my parents treated me as if I was already dead. Not in words, not in anger, but in silence. No calls, no messages, no, how are you? No, are you alive? Just a quiet, cold silence. It started the day I failed. I was sitting at a small kitchen table when I told them I couldn't continue university. I couldn't pay anymore. I couldn't focus anymore. I was drowning in fear, stress, and confusion. I thought they would be upset, but still care. I was wrong. My father looked straight through me, not at me, and said, "You are not my son until you become someone in life." My mother didn't say anything. She just looked down. That silence hurt more than any scream. That night, I packed a small bag and walked out of the house. I didn't cry in front of them. I didn't slam the door. I just walked away like a shadow leaving a wall. I thought I would be gone for a few days. Maybe weeks. I didn't know it would be 8 years. The first night, I slept on a cold metal bench in a children's park. The swings moved slightly in the wind. The air smelled like wet dust. My stomach hurt from hunger, but my heart hurt more from shame. I looked at the dark sky and whispered, "Mom, I'm still alive." No answer. Morning came quietly. People walked their dogs. Joggers passed by. Nobody looked at me. Nobody cleaned me. Nobody asked my name. I was alive, but I didn't exist. Hunger became a daily visitor. I learned where supermarkets threw away food. I learned which streets were safer at night. I learned to walk quietly so nobody would disturb me. I wrapped myself in cardboard. I used my bag as a pillow. Some nights were so cold, I thought I wouldn't wake up. But I did. Every time. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. My old phone stayed silent. No messages. No missed calls. I stopped checking. Hope started to feel dangerous. One afternoon, I found a small cleaning job. It paid very little, but when the man placed the cash in my shaking hand, I felt something return. Dignity. I washed floors like my life depended on it. Because it did. After work, I didn't go to rest. I went to libraries. I used free internet. I watched videos about business, money, discipline, mindset. I didn't feel inspired. I felt desperate. And sometimes, desperation is stronger than motivation. I failed many times. I tried to start tiny things. Reselling items. Helping people online. Fixing simple problems. Everything failed. I lost money. I lost time. I lost energy. But strangely, I didn't lose direction. I started talking to myself. Just survive today. Just try once more. Just don't disappear. At night, I would sit quietly and remember my mother's face. I wondered if she thought of me. I wondered if she cared. I wondered if she believed I was still alive. But no messages came. Years passed. Slowly, painfully, silently. By the 4th year, I had saved enough to buy a broken laptop. The battery lasted 20 minutes. The screen flickered, but to me, it looked like a door. Every night, I sat in cheap rented rooms and learned. Marketing, writing, visual storytelling, building brands. My eyes hurt. My head hurt. My hands trembled. But I learned. While the world slept, I fought. I started a tiny online project. No investors. No partners. Just a weak laptop and shaking hands. The first month. Nothing. The second month. Still nothing. Third month. Silence again. I cried sometimes. Quietly. I felt like quitting. Very often. I almost did. But then I thought, if I quit, I will be dead for real. So I stayed. Slowly, one person came. Then another. Then a few more. Each message felt like oxygen entering lungs that had been empty for years. I reinvested everything. No luxury. No comfort. Just growth. I lived like a monk. I dressed simply. I ate simply. I slept little. I worked endlessly. By the 6th year, my life started to look different. I wasn't rich. I wasn't famous. But I was stable. I had a small apartment. A small income. A small following. But one corner of my heart stayed frozen. The silence of my parents. It never left. Sometimes at night, I would imagine my mother's voice calling my name. But the phone stayed silent. Year 8. That year felt heavy. Different. I woke up one morning with dozens of missed calls. Friends. Old classmates. People who never cared before. Have you seen it? You're famous. You made it. I opened the link. There it was. My face. My name. Forbes. I didn't breathe. My hands started shaking. My chest tightened. Tears fell down silently. All the park benches. All the hunger. All the cold nights. All the loneliness. 8 years of being dead to the world. And suddenly, I existed. A few hours later, my phone vibrated. A number I hadn't seen in almost a decade. Mom. Her message was short. I saw you on Forbes. I'm proud of you. I stared at the screen. My soul felt like it cracked. Not because of happiness, but because of truth. Where was this pride when I slept in the cold? Where was this message when I had nothing to eat? Where was this love when I cried at night? I didn't hate her. I didn't blame her. I just understood something deeply painful. Some people only love you when you shine. That night, I sat alone in my room. And I remembered everything. Every hunger pain. Every rejection. Every silent night. And I realized, I didn't build my life to be loved. I built my life to survive. I built my life to prove something to myself. I finally replied to her. Thank you. 2 words. Not to forgive everything, but to free myself. I wasn't a child anymore. I wasn't begging for love. I wasn't chasing approval. I had raised myself. I had saved myself. I had built myself. I was not made by comfort. I was made by pain. I was shaped by silence. I was trained by rejection. And that is why I became dangerous to my own limits. If your family ignores you, don't beg. Build. If the world looks away, don't scream. Rise. If silence surrounds you, don't disappear. Evolve. One day, they may text you. They may congratulate you. They may suddenly see your value. But by that time, you will already know who you are. And you will never allow yourself to be invisible again. Never.